57 of the manhunt for Joshua Zimmerman. Joshua escaped from the DeSoto County Courthouse on June 14th. He made it to Memphis, Tennessee, where he was last seen on June 15th, 57 days ago. Since then, he's became a ghost in the machine. Again, there are no updates. So when I say there are no updates, I mean there are no updates for the public. Obviously, there are updates, I'm 100% sure, with law enforcement. As far as the public, there really are no updates. Zimmerman is still wanted for the same crimes. No new crimes have accumulated yet. Now, I guess the newest information would be the fact that the Facebook activity that we talked about, but that could be anything, and it could be anything, you know, so we're not going to judge anything off of a Facebook. Right now, what we do know is that Zimmerman is more likely than not still in Memphis, Tennessee, staying in an apartment that is being paid for with the money that was sent to him before. It's not under his name, obviously. The apartment would be under an accomplice's name, and that's what's happening, most likely. Otherwise, they would have seen the coward walking around, prancing around, whether it's high heels in a dress. He's not going to outrun the best. They will catch him. It's just she hasn't moved, right? So that's where we are. The problem is when it does move, it becomes a major issue. Right now, Zimmerman is labeled as it goes from 1 to 5 as far as threat levels. He's a 3, meaning that people will more likely die, right? I'm not going to beat around the bush. 3 means it's more likely than not that people will die. People will get extremely harmed, meaning raped, kidnapped, killed, shot in the neck, and if they live, God bless, stuff like that. And that's without even a sighting, okay? Like, for Danilo, it starts at 1, and there were like 30 damn sightings. He became a 2, 3. Zimmerman started off on a 3. It goes to 5, right? So, again, that's a problem. The second he's seen, it's going to go up to a number 4, which means people no more likely, it's going to say people are going to die. It's a matter of, is it 1, 2, or 3? That's the next threat level for Zimmerman. Right now, like, he's not a level 1 where it's no chance of any harm. He's not a level 2 where there is some chance. He's a level 3 where it's more likely than not that people will die or be seriously injured, and he hasn't made a move yet. So the second he makes that move and he goes up to a level 4, that means it's no longer a theory that people may die. It is people are going to die. And if he somehow gets to level 5, which I highly doubt, that would be wild, because that means that people are going to die quickly and rapidly. And I don't see that happening for Zimmerman. So again, he's still a level 3, which means that it's very likely people are going to die and be extremely harmed, raped, and shot to the point of near death, you know. That is Zimmerman, and his threat level is substantial for somebody that hasn't left an apartment, right? Very high chance he's in Memphis, Tennessee, in an apartment. Memphis, do your thing. He's not a gangster. He's a snitch. He's a government informant. In 2017, he started turning in other people that some of them didn't even commit crimes. And he also ratted on gang members, right? Like Latin Kings and Crips. So when you have somebody like that and you're harboring them, you're harboring a dude that snitches on the streets, claiming to be a thug that's for the cause or whatever. I don't know. This guy is a monster. He doesn't have anybody on any side of the aisle that supports him. Cops hate him. Public hates him. Gangsters hate him. Women, obviously. I mean, until they might fall for him, until they realize that he's Ted Bundy meets Andrew Cunanan meets, I don't even know what you can throw in the mix, Chewbacca kind of thing, to make that. It makes no sense. Zimmerman is a monster. He has no help as far as people with any morality. If you're helping him, it's because you're naive and you don't know anything about the guy. And he was able to convince you that he's holistic. Sure, if he was accused of one state, maybe, okay. We're not talking about one state and 10 counties. We're talking about 3 different states on 3 different sides of the country accusing him of the worst offenses. So it's not just a carjacker. It's not just an attempted murderer. He is a spree killer. And I laid it out. When you rape somebody, that being a man or a woman, he raped a man, he ran because the DNA test came back. That's when he started the run. The jailbreak, that was round 2. So it's the same thing as like Danilo, essentially. The guy on the run gets caught. Imagine he gets back out. That's what we're dealing with. And the last runs that this guy had were covered up. So I'm not even going to start exploring those ones, those escapes yet, because we're trying to figure out where the heck he is on this one. Let's capture him. Hopefully he doesn't get sent to one of these shady places. They sent him to Texas. They put him to death. That's best case scenario. Zimmerman, you can still work with the U.S. attorney and try to ask to stay in a federal prison in Connecticut, do life. If you plead guilty to everything, it's worth a shot. If you see him, do not approach, do not apprehend. If he's on a Greyhound, act completely normal. I cannot stress it enough. If he has an iota of a small belief that somebody is onto him, he may take that entire bus hostage and kill everybody on it. That's what we're dealing with. We're not dealing with... This guy makes the show Prison Break look like a joke, okay? He will literally do the craziest anything. There is nothing off limits. I don't know how else to put it. He's getting lethal injection in Texas. So put yourself in his shoes and do the math. You're going to be put to death. You live that lifestyle. Are you going to retire when it's time to die? I highly doubt it. I think he's going to ramp it up. He's going to really ramp it up because he knows when he's caught, it's done. It's not jail. It's jail, but it's a holding cell, essentially, until he's put to death. He knows that. So let's stop beating around the bush. Sheriff Tuggle, you're a moron. I'm going to say it every single day until they catch this guy, the carjacker. God, I hope he doesn't come back to your facility because you're so stupid that you might classify him as a carjacker again, you moron. And he shouldn't be in there anyway. Apparently, you didn't know he was raping men in jail. Was he raping all the inmates in that place and you guys let him slide there too? Give me a break. That place is pathetic. That sheriff is a joke. A big joke. I wish I lived there just so I could have been there for that press conference because I would have given him a few choice words. You didn't tell the public because you were worried about your safety? Dude, you got to quit. You got to resign. You got to leave that area. I don't know. I thought Mississippi was a lot tougher than it is. I'm not saying you guys are soft, but in the movies, a town would chase him out of Mississippi. Apparently, Mississippi is marching to the beat of whoever is elected drum. You guys are like, yeah, he's the sheriff. We have to listen. We're safe. Okay, yeah, you're safe. You're very safe. The guy's a carjacker. Keep thinking that. Until he comes into your house, rapes your husband, rapes you, kidnaps you, takes your kids, kills you, takes your money, takes your car, goes to the next family and kills them. Yeah, he's a carjacker. Yeah, after he rapes, kills, and kidnaps. So, carjacking, that's like saying, who goes to McDonald's and orders 12 packs of ketchup with a burger on the side? No, you order the damn burger, and if you want ketchup on the side, you ask for it. You don't order ketchup and ask for a burger. That's what this moron sheriff did. He says the guy's a carjacker and a little potential to be violent. No, potential... You gave him that potential, you gave him that baton, you gave them the keys, essentially. It's your building, dude. It's all on you. Your doorknobs don't work on the 3rd floor. That place should be condemned. It should have been shut down the day he escaped. If what you said is true, you should have condemned that courthouse that day. So I don't think what you're saying is true in any way, shape, or form. You have a courthouse with doors that don't work, dude. How stupid do you think the people of Mississippi truly are? And if you guys are buying into that, because I do see some comments on Facebook where people are saying, no, the sheriff says we have nothing to worry about. I'm sure if we did, he would say something. Why don't you call Houston Police Department and ask them about Zimmerman? They'll tell you what you got to worry about, and they know more than little Sheriff Tug-of-War over there that's trying to keep the case for himself. Call Houston Police. Call Waterbury Police. Call the FBI. Call the marshals, and they'll tell you, yeah, you got a lot to worry about. If you see this guy, run for your life because he will rape, kidnap, and kill you. So yeah, he's a threat. The sheriff in DeSoto County should be charged with a crime for how he downplayed this manhunt. People are going to die. The first person that dies, I hope they bring charges to the sheriff as well. It is on that sheriff. And if you're on tour this weekend, again, you moron, because you go on tour. And I don't call people morons or idiots unless they truly are, like this sheriff who unleashed a monster rapist on these people in Mississippi. Beautiful small town, ruined by a dude that dresses like a lady that got off a Greyhound bus, went to your Home Depot, found a victim, shot him, and your sheriff is okay with that, and he's cool that he's just over the little road into Memphis. Guys, you have to wake up in that area. DA, I don't know what the heck you're doing, but you should have the power to do something. People are going to die. they're gonna die. Zimmerman is not going to be the only fatality in this at all. It's just not gonna happen. That's not, you can see his record for yourself, Sheriff, and you can, it doesn't take a cop or any expert to know that if somebody rapes and kidnaps and kills their whole life and they get death row and they escape, do you think they're going to retire, you idiot? That's not, escape is not exoneration. Escape means the dude is running for his mother effing life and he's going to kill again until he gets to where he's, if he killed to get here, you think he's not going to kill to keep going? Give me a break. The manhunt and the cost for this dude's life skyrocketed in June because he thought that he was caught. He had a laundry web of crimes that would have put him to death. He was already getting death. It didn't get any worse than that. You're getting death penalty, bro. And then the guy escapes. You know, that is a problem. That it's a big problem. It's not your average escapee. This guy on his last run went through Georgia, Florida, North Carolina. Those areas are areas that morons like him, Zimmerman, I'm sorry I have to put Zimmerman, I almost apologize to Zimmerman for putting him in the same category as how stupid the sheriff is, because Zimmerman is not that stupid. So the sheriff is stupid. Zimmerman is not that dumb compared to the sheriff. But if the sheriff is single, so is Zimmerman's mom, and you guys should hook up because you love the guy so much. She sends him money, you give him, well, your staff gave him something. You know, you guys have a great bond. You love the kid. Marry the mom, become his stepdad. Otherwise, shut up, get out of the way, and let the cops handle it. You are a talking head. You're not anything other than a talking head. Your men can handle this. They don't need to take orders from an idiot. And I lost you guys. But again, like I was saying, we are on day 57 of the manhunt. But where I left off, Zimmerman's mom should date the sheriff. You guys would make an amazing couple. At this point, you guys both help the guy. You guys both love the guy. Marry each other. Date. Do something. Sheriff, you're sitting in an office. Well, I'm not going to give you that because you don't sit there. You tour. That area has a sheriff who goes on motivational speeches, like on a tour, to motivate people. Why don't you motivate your prisoners to stay in their cell? Why don't you motivate your staff to not do what they were doing? There are some shiesty staff members in that place. And then on top of that, why are you hired? That is politics. Police do not get involved in politics. All of my friends hate whenever morons like Sheriff Tuggle get elected and turn a sheriff's department into a branch of a Democratic or Republican party. It goes for both sides do it. Democrats, if they run the town, they do it. Republicans, if they run the town, they do it. So cops are not political hitmen, and that's what this whole thing is starting to look like. That sheriff took it way too far. He hired people that he wanted working for him that didn't work for the last sheriff, and nothing was wrong with the people that worked for the last sheriff. They were great people. And this is funny because you can find this stuff, guys, on DeSoto County Sheriff Department's Facebook. If you go on their Facebook, go to May of 24 when they hired people and read the comments. And that's when I stopped talking about the stolen surveillance because of how dumb they are. I'm just over it. Read the comments in that little hiring post and you will see for yourself what that county does to people who used to work there as sheriffs or deputies, and then how they treat the new people, right? He'd rather hire people with zero experience so he can brainwash and have them do whatever he wants. That's what this sheriff is doing. He got rid of the great law enforcement officers that were there for years before this clown took over. I don't know if that area is Democrat or Republican. It's Mississippi. I'm assuming it's Republican. That might be a wrong assumption, but I'm going to assume it's Republican. The sheriff makes that entire little department into an arm of the Republican Party, and that happens across the country for both parties, not just Republican. Again, guys, it's Democrat and Republican. If you live in Delaware County, Democrats run law enforcement for the county, right? It's just how it is. Chester County, Pennsylvania, same thing. Now, if you live out in, I'm trying to think of some Republican counties out in PA, I guess still Bucks, maybe? No, it's not. But you get what I'm saying, right? Like the politicians that are in charge of that area who have the stronghold are the ones that call the shots with law enforcement agencies, right? And that has to stop because of shit like this. I'm sorry, but because of stuff like this. You have Zimmerman, a killing rapist who kidnaps, rapes, and kills men and women, whether he's in jail or on the street, getting out, and then your sheriff says you guys should be comfortable because, get this, he would have let go anywhere else. Dude, from your facility. And then he starts speaking about, I had 17,000 inmate transfers over the years. We never lost one. Well, yeah, because you delete the surveillance, you idiot. You want us to believe that you never lost an inmate and he was your first one and he managed to do all that? Yeah, give me a break. That door, it was known for a reason that that door was available to walk through without a key. It was known. Zimmerman is not Houdini, you idiot. He learned from your staff. He was there for the 280 days, like you said. He took tips from you, essentially. And then you people didn't put a lock on the door where he walked out of. And there's not even an alarm. And that's a courthouse. That courthouse needs to be condemned. The judges aren't safe. If I was a judge there, I wouldn't go back to work. Because what if somebody that wants to do harm to you comes in? If you can walk out of a courthouse as in a murderer, more than that, a murderer, a rapist, a kidnapper walks out of a courthouse, you think somebody can't walk in there with a gun? That place is not safe. And they should really, that's a safety issue, actually. Now that I think about it, DA, you should do some kind of an investigation and shut that place down for safety concerns. If an inmate can escape and armed, you really think that somebody on the outside can't come in armed? Are you an idiot? The door doesn't lock. Yeah, you can go right in. And wait a second. So if the door doesn't lock, that means at 2 o'clock in the morning, people can walk into this courthouse, and you guys did not think that that's something you should fix years ago? You said since like the 1800s, this knob hasn't worked. The Titanic sunk in 1912, and you guys have the same damn doorknob? And maybe it's worth money. Get rid of it, upgrade your systems, close the damn place, get real security systems in a courthouse. I've never heard. You can go to like the most crazy town in like deserted Texas that has a population of 6, and they have more security at the courthouse than you guys have. I've never heard of a door that doesn't lock in a courthouse. And judges, I don't know how you feel safe in there, because your job is dangerous. You're putting a lot of these, good, rightfully so, people behind bars, and then idiots like Sheriff 𝗥𝗲𝗰𝗽, lets them go, right? Now, Sheriff 𝗥𝗲𝗰's team is also in charge of securing the courthouse. So you have a guy who lets a killer get loose in charge of securing a building with judges who sentence people to life in prison. Those, like a lot of thugs that get life in prison, they're friends. They go after like prosecutors, judges. It's not often, but it happens. Over there, it would be the easiest place to hit. You don't need to break in. The hell with the metal detector. Go to the 3rd floor the way Zimmerman came out, go in, and then you're in staff quarters. How much better does it get? That sheriff is trying to off everybody in the building or something. I don't get it. How do you have a courthouse with no security, a door that doesn't lock? I mean, come on, guys. I thought Chester County was bad. Chester County, you guys have the best jail system I have ever seen. If we're comparing it to DeSoto, my God. Chester County is run like a beautiful cruise line. Seamless, no problems. It's beautiful compared to whatever the hell's going on in that DeSoto County courthouse. Place has to be shut down for the better of the public. Send them to another courthouse until you guys rebuild. Get rid of them because it's bad. Literally, it doesn't work. If it's been there since the 1800s, it's time to turn it into a museum. No more putting in the dangerous criminal killers who can walk right out. Again, stay safe. Arkansas, be on the lookout. Florida, be on the lookout. Connecticut, be on the lookout. Mississippi, be on the lookout. Tennessee, be on the lookout. And North Carolina, be on the lookout. And Georgia, be on the lookout. There are other states that should remain vigilant. I'm not going to name them all. They are on Twitter. It goes literally in alphabetical order from Alabama all the way down. We have Pennsylvania's on the list, Ohio, DC, areas that link to his methods of travel. I guess that's the most I can say. So stay safe, stay vigilant. If you see something, say something. You can also shoot me a text or call 322-5236. And I'm also going to be putting out more phone numbers for other hotlines that come directly to Dog. And I speak with Dog hours a day, and we're going over where we got today, where we were yesterday, a week before that. And he has a big team. I'm actually shocked. The guy has a lot. Like, he's got a really cool team. I don't know where he finds these guys, but they have a lot of knowledge, and a lot of them are former feds and I mean, literally, it's a cool team. So stay on the lookout. If you see something, say something, send us info. We are going through every single tip. When I say we, it's dog. I don't do tips. I'm not a cop or anything. So I promote the tips to go to the tips so we can get info. They vet the tips. So keep sending tips, because tips are great. Not money. Tips as in information. Stay safe, guys. Stay vigilant. If they don't catch them soon, I guess I'll be seeing you guys in Mississippi on the anniversary of 𝗥𝗲𝗰𝗽𝗁's escape.